Today I watched the first, middle and last episode of Smallville for the first time. I have never seen this show before in my life, and honestly I am quite busy and will never get the chance to ever watch it. So I figured, why not watch it in a completely normal way that everyone can absolutely understand, and watch 3 select episodes from the whole show and see what we think at the end, see what we can find out. We are going to be starting with the pilot episode, and then we're going to grab one straight out of the middle, mate, straight out of that sandwich. Yeah, we're going to go straight for the filling. Admittedly, that is not my proudest moment, I'll be honest with you. Honestly, sometimes I do stuff on camera and I'm like, Daddy, we're on camera. Just dial it down a little bit. And then we are going to be going straight to the finale and going from there. I don't know anything about this show, obviously, other than that it is Superman. I know it's Superman. When I was going through my phase of watching shows like this, it was on the list and I just never got round to it. I like Superman. I'm not a super big nerd about Superman, so I don't know all the ins and outs necessarily, so we'll see how that goes. But I do generally enjoy the source material and any adaptations as well. So yeah, without further ado, thank you very much for being here and let's go. Those 2002 effects, mate, let's do it. I'll tell you what, that is a good CGI helicopter, I'll be honest with you. That's fair play to him, actually. Oh, Oliver Queen, hello.
Open your eyes, Lex.
I can't.
Lex.
Luthers are not afraid.
Oh god, okay.
We're leaders.
Alright.
You have a destiny, Lex.
Does that destiny include you being a little bit further away from his face, mate? Because I'll be honest with you, there's a reason he's got his eyes closed, isn't there? Too close!
Jonathan. Martha. What a surprise.
Oh, she's disappointed. Hello. We looking to flirt, mate?
Martha has her heart set on tulips.
Well, they are a very uncomplicated flower.
Okay. Wow. Throwing that shade. No need, actually. Superman. Basher. Alright, admittedly, bit much for a first episode, that's fair. Like, any episode, does that happen? Like, what?
I would love to make a wish.
Or is it for a boy? Would you imagine if Pinocchio just sidled up? It's like, wrong film, mate.
I know what you wished for.
Oh.
See a little face. That's all I ever wanted.
You know you can adopt, right? Sorry, I know that would completely ruin the whole show, but I'm just saying. I mean, they kind of do anyway.
Help me.
Oh, hello. Are they building a bond between Soups and Lex from the get-go? That's interesting. Maybe not Soups, to be fair. Ooh, oh man. He's just having a bit of a rough childhood, isn't he? Admittedly, oh god, not the best dad at the end of the day either, you know? What? What?
Help me.
What? Well, that is a curveball. Alright. Sorry, mate, why are you out here? Ah. Okay, interesting. I like it. They're doing something. I mean, this seems new to me. I'm not familiar with this kind of a story. Like, you know, the origin of it all. With Lex being there from the get-go. Some guy is a scarecrow. Like, do you know what I mean? Superman scarecrow? I like it. I like it. I think when you get an adaptation, I think it's a strength. I know a lot of people don't like it when things do that, if they, you know, change things or whatever. And it's tricky. It's a tricky business. You gotta be careful. But I think if you do it really well, it can be the best thing you can do Whoa. Sometimes. Dear Lord, is this Clark then or what? Okay, so it's a few. Oh, I'll be honest with you, that sound effect did not feel as solid, I feel like, for what they were going for. Okay. Well, maybe if you kept a bit of a better eye on him, mate. Okay. Oh my god, that's so brutal. You just find a lock of his hair. Interesting. Alrighty. Baby Lex, fair play. Straight off there. They could have had their head of hair for a little bit more. That was glorious, mate. Hey, don't mistake me. Nothing wrong with a bald man. I'm just saying. Oh, hello. What an odd turn of events. I tell you what, that is one powerful wish, mate. This is cool though. It feels like a classic story with something a little bit more as well, which is good because it's, you know, that's a danger when you have you know, things adapted that you're so familiar with, or, you know, the stories have been told so often before. It's like, well, there's the danger of like, I know what's going to happen. It just feels a little bit fresher maybe. So it's always good, I think at least, I mean, first 8 minutes, but I feel like it's balancing that line quite well of like, yeah, it feels familiar. I know this, but also the Lex stuff and tying that in to go forward and, you know, pay that off and have them be linked quite closely, Clark and Lex, you know, is something, at least to me, which is just a little bit new, which I like. It entices me more. There he is, Clarky boy. Hello, mate. Right, so he doesn't know, and he's searching to try and find out why he's different. Okay, I like it.
Tastes better on a bottle.
Where'd you learn?
Oh, he's well cast. He's huge, isn't he?
Afternoon, sleepyhead.
Okay, no, maybe she's just small. Fair.
Don't order pizza. There's plenty of food in the fridge.
Oh, well, now we want to order pizza, mate. Order pizza, lads. Come on.
It's for the football team.
Couple spots open up having tryouts this afternoon. Come on, Dad. You played football in high school?
Oh, I do not believe you are a high school kid, but hey, we'll gloss over that. Oh, speed. Yeah.
But, didn't you just...
We're trying to avoid becoming this year's scarecrow.
What are you talking about?
Oh, the scarecrow. I see. Oh, kids can be cruel, man.
The football players select a freshman.
Great.
They'll strip him down to his boxers and then paint an S on his chest.
I mean, it's got to be Clark, right? Because Clark can get out of that. Oh, is that the young girl? The young girl who was in the flower shop? Because they are so well cast. She looks so similar to that young girl. That's insane. Wow. What happened, dude?
Clark Kent can't get within 5 feet of Lana Lang without turning into a total freak show.
Has she got some kryptonite on her for some reason? And he gets a little bit weak. Oh my god! Oh, I'm so good! Dear Lord! Oh! Mwah, mwah, the adulation! I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy it for a little moment. I will be honest with you. Little moment's gone, that's true. I am just lingering now. Fair play to you. I'll move on.
So what are you? Man or Superman?
She said the name of the thing!
Hey, Clark.
Oh, he seems friendly. Fair play to him. He's not been a douche.
Dude.
You gonna check on him?
Are you feeling alright?
Okay, good.
Forgot one, Clark.
Why would you throw it? Okay, no, he is a douche. He is a douche. Excuse me. Oh, hello.
It's payback time.
Okay. Oh, he's rocking it. He is rocking it. Fair play to him.
Thanks, Dad.
What? Does he say that every single time he rocks up? That's weird. Or is this a new thing? Because if it's not a new thing, that was a very odd moment. Oh man, this is the thing. Clark can't, if she's there, Clark can't do anything. Seen so many issues. Oh, he's the bad guy. He's wearing leather. Are we going to see some powers from Lex? I wonder. Oh. Oh, dude. Okay. Okay. Oh. Well, Lex is going to be suspicious now, isn't he? When he just walks that off. Oh man, we're bonding our hero and our villain. You know, he's saving his life. Oh, I like it. Love at first sight. He's like, hey, come back down for another one, mate.
I could have sworn I hit you.
Next, a little.
You did.
Why would you say no? No, deny it.
You did.
What? Clark, you have no survival instinct, mate.
Who's the maniac who was driving that car? Lex Luthor.
Show a little bit of remorse, mate.
Jonathan Kent.
Okay, good, nice. I half expected Jonathan to be like, oh god, okay, I know who you are, you're rich and powerful. Hello, sir. Sorry, sir. You know, all that stuff. Good. I love Jonathan for that. Fair play to you, mate.
Thanks for saving my life. I'm sure you would have done the same thing.
No.
If there's any way I can repay you,
He's got money, say yes.
drive slower.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah. Man, Jonathan, you gotta be quicker with that. You gotta be quicker. Like, he asked you that question, this man asked you that question, you declare $1 million, sir. I'll have $1 million for that, thank you very much. Immediate, no hesitation, man. You can't pause. And then, do you know what I mean, in the fine print, just be like, and also drive slower, also that, please, thank you very much. But like $1 million, $2 million, I'm thinking low. Oh, is he? No, this is very creepy. Okay, no, Clark, this is very weird, mate.
I didn't know your aunt was in with the Luthors.
Very nice little detail that they've got the little shield with the S on for their little logo.
I want you to wear this to the game on Saturday.
Well, good news. Clark can go talk to her now. You know, just get rid of the telescope. That's all I'm saying. Clarky boy, not been funny. No, he's probably not unlocked those powers yet. But I'm like, aren't his eyes telescopes? He can just, do you know what I mean? Just see it. Not any better, to be fair. It doesn't get rid of the stalking element to what we just saw. Oh, that's your lighting, mate. You look good. Fair play to you. Ask him to snap a picture first. Do you know what I mean? Before you kill him.
Look like that scarecrow kid. Where the hell you been?
Oh, he is the Scarecrow kid. I thought he looked familiar. Okay.
Wake up.
Don't. Yeah.
It was 12 years ago, man. It was just a game.
Oh, he strapped him up, huh?
What do you want?
F it, zap him, why not? I'll drink to that. Right, so anyone who's kind of in the vicinity or was zapped with the meteors gets powers then. So what's Lex got? Maybe it's just the intelligence, because he's supposed to be really clever, right?
Whose truck?
Yours. It's a gift from Lex Luthor.
Wow. Honestly, man, I'd take it in cash. Do you know what I mean? I like that there is this, again, now there's this interpersonal relationship between Clark and Lex. I do like that because obviously we know it plays on the audience's expectations because they know going into this that pretty much everybody knows that Lex Luthor and Superman are enemies, right? And they're going to come into conflict. So it makes it interesting and makes whatever comes later down the line more interesting, maybe more painful, more tragic because they're perhaps friends, at least to start with. And I like that. I really do like that. And I like that they're establishing that straight from the off. They're being like, yeah, you know these characters. Now we're going to shake it up a little bit and we're going to make you kind of think a little bit differently, perhaps, about these two characters, or at least Lex, right? I think that's a dynamic that you can do a lot with and can play around with going forward in really interesting ways. And so like that kind of decision excites me as the audience, so I can absolutely understand why you'd be watching this and be like, oh, okay, tell me more. Let's see where this goes.
But you can't keep it.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I saved the guy's life.
Yeah.
So you think you deserve a prize?
I mean, a little one.
How about you drive the new one and I'll drive the old one? Everybody wins.
This is not about winning.
Is it just me? Is this a hot take? I do feel like Jonathan is a little bit overbearing. Like, I get it to a certain extent too. He is just protecting his son, who's very different. I understand it and I do sympathise with it. I do. And like I said, I get it to a certain extent. But and I suppose that's what makes Superman Superman, right? Because Jonathan instills these things very strongly in Clark. But then I am at the same time kind of like, you are holding your son back from being who he is. And I get it. There's fear there. There's the unknown. There's the will to protect him as a parent. I get those things. It's an interesting relationship. It's a really interesting relationship, I think.
Is this normal?
Well, I mean, can we ask for some money to replace the thing that Clark just broke?
I'd give anything to be normal.
It's interesting, isn't it? And I think it's a really important part of Superman's identity is that, you know, this idea that society does strive to get everyone to be the same normal, which is so contradictory, I think, to what humanity is. I know we're talking about Clark and Superman, who is very much not human, but I think, you know, because he's been brought in to the fold, I think it absolutely still applies to him. And I think apart from even Superman, I think that's a very deep social conversation. I mean, it's a very small thing. It's not really even related. But for example, I used to hate my name because it was different, right? Tyler in England. It was very popular in America, but not so much in England. And so I hated my name when I was a kid. I hated Alexander too because I felt like it was too old and it felt weird and it wasn't modern or new and it was just different. So I didn't like it. I just wanted to fit in and go under the radar. And you do. And I think I mentioned that, and it's not obviously in any way the same thing, but it's the same basic principle of what we're talking about here, is that you do, I think, from a very young age, you are taught and persuaded by how the society that we have works around you to fit in and to not draw attention and just to get along with anything. Even if that thing or whatever it might be doesn't particularly work or isn't good for everybody. Because that's the thing, it's like I say, I think inherently in humanity we are all different and we all need different things, like different things, want to do different things. And I don't think all the time that is allowed. We're seeing here in this show, Clark just wants to be himself. I think that, you know, I really hope that they do explore that later on. I'm sure they do. And this idea of him coming into his own and becoming who he is and not being ashamed of that. And not feeling the pressure to fit in or the shame or the guilt by not fitting in as well. And I think that's a really interesting journey that you can get really into the nitty gritty of and tell. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, we're going to get to the 2 more episodes, so we'll see if we see any of that progress. Well, you should be pointing that telescope, mate.
What are you trying to tell me, Dad? That I'm from another planet?
Huh.
I suppose you stashed my spaceship in the attic.
Basement.
Actually, it's in the storm cellar.
Okay, well, I was close.
You should have told me.
Clark! Clark!
And it's hard, from Jonathan's perspective, he doesn't know what his son's capable of. And I guess it's that fear of how people will treat him if they knew. I sympathise with it, so I guess it comes across as harsh. I do also understand it. I do also think it still is quite harsh as well. It's a difficult place, isn't it?
What are you doing creeping around the woods?
Oh, hello. The imagery, the angel imagery with the wings. I see.
Are you okay?
Hanging out in a graveyard.
You keep a secret? Came out here to talk with my parents.
That's completely normal, mate. Don't worry about it.
You must think I'm pretty weird.
That is absolutely normal.
Conversing with dead people.
No!
I don't think you're weird, Lana.
It's not a weird thing.
Died when I was 3.
Sorry.
It's not your fault, Clark.
Huh? No, that's not his. It wasn't his fault, to be fair. He had no control, did he?
Mom wants to know if you're upset about a girl. Dad wants to know if you're upset about a guy.
No.
Oh, good.
He has a twisted sense of humor.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, because, sorry, that's so twisted, isn't it? Yeah. I know it was from 2002. I get it. I live in 2023, mate. You got to understand. So I'm going to comment on it, all right? Because we don't comment on it and be like, that was weird. Then we all think it was normal and it wasn't normal. Okay? Okay. Good. Moving on.
For a minute, I'm totally happy. Till I realize I'm still alone.
Ooh, I'm glad your boyfriend's not here, to be fair.
What's that, Mrs. Lang? Your mom wants you to know that you're never
Gambit.
alone.
Taking her mum's voice and be like, so she said this. Very bold. It's going well for you, I think.
What's that, Mr. Lang?
Oh, going for the second one.
Your dad thinks you're a shoo-in for homecoming queen.
All right. She likes it. Good. We're in.
You realize this is the longest conversation we've ever had?
Nice, isn't it? Just talk. It's not scary.
Good night, Clark.
Oh, who's the shadow? Oh, is it the guy? The boyf? No, the dad. God, who? The boyf! Don't be jealous now. Don't be jealous. Oh, man, because he's got the kryptonite. So he can beat Clark up. Oh, that is a beat up face if ever I saw it. Okay, hello. Whoa, sir.
I didn't see it.
It's fine, don't worry about it. I'll beat you for $2 million though now. Thank you very much. That could have killed me.
You're dead and in the market for something to haunt.
Well, I meant it's roomy.
Wow, so they're just going to be genuine friends. Interesting.
Your father doesn't like me, does he? It's okay. I've been bald since I was 9.
It's not the bald thing.
I'm used to people judging me before they get to know me.
What? It's not the bald thing, Lex. It's the fact that you ran into his son with a car. What a wild leap. Clearly very insecure about it.
Do you believe a man can fly?
Sure, in a plane.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Like a really big fart? What do you mean? Because I'll be honest with you, I come close. I come very close. This is the thing with this, right? I'm like, okay, it's not the best thing to do to just throw money at a situation and be like, I'm so sorry, here's some big fancy thing. I get it. But like, if someone offers you it, take it. It's a hard life. It's a hard world, man. You know, you don't often get free things, especially big cars or $1 million, which you should have offered, admittedly. You should have.
People can't fly, Lex.
I did.
Interesting.
After the accident when my heart stopped.
Is the whole thing going to be like Lex wants to try and get Clark's powers?
And I don't want anything to stand in the way of our friendship.
Wow. Okay.
Who's the weirdo?
I don't know. Let's check him out.
What, you just pick him out of a crowd? Okay. That's a sixth sense.
Because 12 years ago today, they chose Jeremy Creek as the Scarecrow.
What is this dynamic? Are they a detective squad? I get it. She's a journalist or she does something to that effect.
I call it the wall of weird.
Okay.
Strange, bizarre, and unexplained event that's happened in Smallville since the meteor shower. That's when it all
Nice.
began.
Oh, he's going to feel guilty, isn't he? It's not your fault, dude. No, it really isn't. You had zero control.
Chloe, just leave me alone.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. Is it going to end with a shot of him as a scarecrow with the S on his chest? That'd be kind of cool.
As close as you're ever gonna get.
Oh, God. There it is. That's quite a cool image for your first episode, to be fair. Kryptonite around the neck. S. Abs. Very important.
Help me.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much potential for Lex's character in this show from what I've seen of this episode. Oh, sweet. Nice. There it is. Uh-huh. Okay. Nice little way of getting it into his hands.
And a purpose. And a destiny.
Nice. Nice. I like that we're not shying away from the powers, actually. I thought they might for like a first episode. You know, like slow build up, but it's good that we are seeing that. Oh, man. I know he's pretty much fine, but like still. He's more hurt than Clark is. Amazing, of course. Oh dear. Okay.
I didn't see you tonight, Clark.
Wow. How long did you walk for? Very sweet though. Maybe she's a little bit stalkery with you, mate. Oh, hands off. Fair play. Just let it play out, Tyler. Okay. Oh, it suckered me. It did. It suckered me so bad. Hey man, you had a nice conversation. That's where it starts. See how it goes. Have another one. She's like, I sense a stalker. I like it. How peculiar. Oh, well, that's it. Do you know what, though? To be fair, as much as I, occasionally make fun, and I will, as long as we are watching stuff from the 2000s, it's going to happen, man. It's just inevitable. Let's be honest with ourselves. We're going to go straight to a middle episode. So I did a little bit of research before this and found out that the middle episode, the halfway point of the show, was either episode 108 or 109. And I believe 109 is the finale of season 5. So I'm going to go for the finale over the penultimate. I think it's called Vessel. And we're going to go straight to that one. What I would say about that is I think it's a really good establishing episode. I think depending obviously on how the Lex-Clark relationship plays out, and I think, at least, we're skipping 5 seasons, right? I don't know if that's still going to be the case, but I think, going forward, I think it does set a nice little foundation for that relationship and those characters to kind of swirl around each other in very interesting ways. I really like how they set that up and how they were made to be friends, and also it kind of shows a little bit of where Lex is coming from with his dad and his childhood, and going through all that stuff. I mean, rich white boy at the end of the day. It's not right. It's not that hard, is it really? But also everyone's pain is their own, and I think from what we saw at the beginning, it does paint him in a picture of right, okay, I get how you got there. I get how you grew up to be that person. And who knows, maybe as you go on, you do see a little bit of a softer side, a warmer side, maybe to him. I think that would be more interesting, to be honest. Show a grayer side of Lex Luthor as opposed to perhaps the bad side that I think we're all maybe used to, or at least I'm used to. But I think tying him in with Clark is a really clever idea, and also tying it into the meteors and having the meteors play a part in what kind of I would guess goes forward in season 1 and becomes the focus of season 1, and the guilt that Clark carries maybe because of that. And I think maybe that's a nice little journey that he can go on, because like I said, it's not his fault, but he needs to get there. He needs to realise that and do some work to go on that journey and get to that place where he's like, it's not my fault, but I can stop it all the same and help these people all the same. So yeah, really good, strong first episode, honestly. So without further ado, let's go on to the Vessel, I'm not sure, maybe know there, that's fair.
Previously on Smallville.
Oh, previously, okay.
A dark
let's go.
force from Krypton has been awakened, Kal-El.
Wait a minute.
I don't love you.
That's
But I didn't.
you don't? That's
Lex doesn't know what he
Spike.
got himself into.
Oh, he's got a spike.
The night Jonathan died,
Okay.
I told him that I knew everything about Clark.
Oh, really? So much information.
Mine was created by Kryptonians.
Oh, is that
It's been destroyed twice.
Masters? Oh, interesting. Nice to know that Daddy Lex, don't say that, has a little bit more to do. Zod? Okay. Interesting. What happened with Lana? Oh, I missed that whole love story. Well, he doesn't love her anymore, so it didn't go well. So, hey, we skipped the bad bit. Is that Lana? Are they together then? Okay, right, okay, I'm caught up.
Lex, where are you going?
Did he fly again? I do want to know. Mate, this man has not learned to drive safely. That's all I'll say. Look at him, look at him, look at the road! Look at the road, Lex!
Come on, Lex, pick up.
Well, you need to get off your phone, son. Oh, I know what will make this high-speed chase a little safer. Hey, Lex, pick up the phone! Oh, Lana. Dead. All dead. Mate, where you headed?
What's happening?
I don't know!
Ooh. Oh, that's a death shot. That's a death shot if I ever saw one. Are we gonna get Zod this episode or what? Okay. Spaceship then, yeah. Is he gonna die? Oh.
I'm preparing him.
Is he doing his English accent there too? Awesome. Oh, excuse me, sir. Man, both episodes, honestly, Lex has had a bit of a hard time. I will be honest with you. Like, that's rough. That is rough. Of course he's gone. Oh, it's not got anything on Buffy, has it? We will watch the whole thing, don't you worry. Wow, this is a choice, man. The turn into the wind, amazing. I want that. I'll be honest with you, I can't make fun of it because I kind of want one of those. Oh, glorious. A little quiff. I like it. I can't say anything because honestly, I want one of those shots for myself. Do you know what I mean? For no reason, just literally my own enjoyment and yours. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. Maybe we'll make it an intro on my channel. Hey. Maybe not. Wow, they love the turn, don't they? What was he looking at? What was so interesting that he knocks on the door and he just turns around immediately like, oh, this is going to be a while, isn't it? Oh, hi. What?
The Luthor Corp jet is free to take you this afternoon.
Oh, are they getting a little bit friendly?
Besides, the important thing is that you get there for the meeting.
He does still struggle a little bit with personal space, don't he? Just back off like a little bit. You're a bit too close, man. I can smell your breath.
You've got integrity, Martha.
You mopped none of that up, sir. Pick up the mug. Do it.
you possess.
Very close, isn't he? Back away. I know you had 2 sugars with your coffee, son. I'm getting my caffeine high just from his breath.
We were in a field and
So if a good story starts.
Vine was there.
Right, so they find his masters. Do you know what is quite striking already about this episode? Again, 8 minutes in, very early on. The cast of characters is pretty much the same, which I quite like, you know. I think something I expect or come to expect a little bit of a certain type of show, or, you know, when you get a sense of like, you know, loads of seasons, loads of episodes. I don't know, the cast of characters changes throughout. I think maybe that's more of a modern thing. You know, it changes up, and so you can go and watch episode 1 and it's, you know, whatever it is, and then you go to season 5 and it's like a completely new cast of characters, maybe the same main character, right? But I like that they seem to have lingered and kept with all these people. And like, even for me, I feel like it's familiar. And I guess, you know, if you've watched the whole thing naturally all the way through, you feel very, very attached to those people. And I can tell that just because of that. Just because they've stuck with the same characters, I absolutely know that anyone watching this knows them all very, very well, is so invested already. You know, we're only halfway through the series run. I think that's a strength, personally. Oh, spank that.
Fine knows I would not release Zod willingly. He's obviously changed strategies.
Right, so you care about Lex, so you have to go save Lex at the price of setting Zod free? Is that what?
Hello, my son.
Oh, Terrence Stamp. I saw the name and I was like, I know who that is. Who is that? I recognise his voice. I do. Creepy looking white guy. That doesn't narrow it down, that's fair.
Fine is merely an extension of the craft that can regenerate in any form.
If Fine is part of this ship, then who is controlling it?
Oh, is he?
Zod's physical body was destroyed to prevent him from escaping the Phantom Zone.
Huh.
He can be freed if he finds a body.
Oh.
A vessel to inhabit.
Invasive.
You must find the human vessel and destroy it.
Wow.
No matter who.
Well, that's going to be very dramatic. Oh, okay, that's a shot. Fair play.
But asking you to commit a murder?
Right?
I'm not killing anyone.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, honestly, Jonathan, like his dad, seems to have died quite recently. I honestly kind of thought in the first season, I wondered if maybe the end of the first season ended with that. I'm getting the impression that maybe it's actually a little bit later down the line.
What if Lex is the vessel?
Oh, good shout. I think that's too... I'm getting the sense that's a red herring.
Then I gotta kill Lex.
Oh, come on, of course she hears that. No, hey, taken out of context. Ask some questions. All right.
What does Jor-El want you to do with the dagger?
He just comes a little bit close, doesn't he? Every single time.
I woke up this morning, I found this. Must have written it in my sleep.
What? In yours? What's this guy's deal?
Tell me what it says.
It says, step back, mate. Could you imagine?
Don't underestimate me, son.
Oh, okay. Personal space again, mate. So get your hand off.
But I can't kill anyone.
The real test of a hero is knowing when the greater good will be served by an evil act.
Dangerous phrase, mate. Slippery slope. I get the argument, but that's very not Superman, is it?
Even if that life is your son.
There it is. Oh, yeah. Now what about your greater God, mate?
Lex is the vessel of Zod.
Well, you're very certain, mate. We don't know yet. Yeah. Oh, we've seen a lot of this guy already. I haven't, but I feel like I have. I feel like he would just be like, kill Lex, it's for the greater good. I feel like he honestly would.
Lex.
Oh, okay. It's interesting. I don't really get the impression that Lex is actually like a full-fledged villain. Is he gone? He's just gone. Okay. Oh. I mean, I don't know how you get... How are you still alive?
Dad, are you okay?
Apparently, he's just got a little cut. He's got pummeled into the car.
What have they turned you into?
Yeah, I don't get the impression that Lex is like the villain or has been the villain. I think maybe there's been some ambiguity there, a little bit of grey there, right? But that would be so interesting. I mean, we're 5 seasons in and he's not the villain yet. That's a slow burn. Fair play to them. That's super interesting because maybe now after this we go into that. Maybe this goes into him dying. And it's just a different spin on Lex. I don't know.
I've been given a gift.
Okay. What's the goal though? What have they said to you that you have to do? Something I would say is that at least so far, they do seem like the same people that I saw in season 1. Do you know what I mean? The only difference that I've seen is that different characters are in different places. Like Lana's here, Lex is in the exact same place, Clark's in the exact same place. They know more, right? And they're older and wiser, I guess, but they're the same characters. So I'm kind of questioning the amount of progression they've had. I'm sure I've just missed that. I am absolutely sure, but I mean, I'm only 20 minutes in this episode too, so let's see how that goes. That's how I'm feeling right now, which is why I'm kind of checking in and just letting you know. But like, let's see.
You need to know the truth about me.
Go on, tell us, mate. Lay it on me, baby.
They've turned you into one of them.
What? Do we all not know about Clark?
I have their abilities.
Is everyone not okay with
It's still me.
Clark? Why is it different if it's Lex that's got it?
I'm the person I care about most.
Yeah, it just depends what he does with this that defines where he stands, in my mind. So we'll see. I mean, it seems like he's going on a little bit of a villain arc here, but we'll see.
Now that you're back, Clark,
I like the shots.
try and kill you.
So sorry, this shot here, like these shots, they're very close to the face. They let the actors, there's not many cuts between the actors. You know, sometimes when there's dialogue with one actor, it pans to the other actor and shows their reaction and how they're reacting, if there's something interesting there. And that's fair and that's fine to do too. But I do appreciate, I don't see this often enough, where they do just linger on an actor's scene. Like, you know, this is so close, you're seeing all of the performance, and you've got to be a good actor to be able to do this, right? Because you've got to hold that character. You can't fudge your lines, right? If you fudge your lines, then they'll cut away maybe and cut back to you. This scene with the actor playing Lana, Kristen, Crook, I'm not sure, apologies. Like this here, this scene.
Lex.
You know, she's just being allowed to act and play the scene, and it's nice. And they're decent actors, they are doing something, they are remote and you can see, it's nice. It's good stuff. This shot and these shots allow the audience to see that and allow the actors to actually show that as well, which isn't always the case.
It's fear, Lana.
My father's infected him with it.
Like he used to do to me.
Compelling, because I was saying that too.
Clark can't stand the fact that I'm different now.
No, a little bit of a misunderstanding. But I do feel for him, because like I've been saying his dad was quite rough on him when he was a kid, and I can imagine that probably continued and made him who he is. And so his line there is of like fear. My father did it to me. I connect with that because I've been saying that and I can see that and I have seen that. So I'm like, I absolutely get where you're coming from, and that kind of elicits sympathy in me for Lex. Really nicely done, really nicely done. But then as well, you know, you've got the misunderstanding, and it gives you like a little bit of hope that, you know, it's fine, you and Clark just need to talk, and it gives you that hope as the audience. And then the show can kind of play with that expectation, right? Or the hope that it inserts into this little scene here. Because it's like, well, the showrunners, the writers can be like, well, yeah, exactly. If they get in a room and it goes the right way, him and Clark can get back on, it could be fine, they could be friends, it can end nicely. Or, you know, it could just escalate, and then something can happen, this conflict can happen, and suddenly they're enemies for life. You know, and we know the history of these characters is that too. So, you know, you've got that fear as well as the audience. It's like, right. And so it's very interesting, just the little things they're doing with this scene to tee up that confrontation, and also tee up the confrontation in a way that means it can go either way.
Know that I'll always love you.
You're talking like we'll never see each other again.
Yeah, very dramatic.
That's your choice.
Okay. Is this the end of Lex?
Lex, somehow he now possesses the same powers as you.
Right, and everyone's treating him really badly. Like, just
I begin to imagine what he's gonna do with him.
Oh, okay, so it's the expectation. Because it's like that alone is not enough to condemn him.
He wasn't raised like you, Clark.
Right.
I taught him to survive at any cost, to be completely ruthless.
Hey, at least he's admitting it.
There's always been a dark force at work inside him.
Ooh, that's a little bit cruel. Presumptuous. Maybe because of that thinking, that is exactly why he has that, because he knows you have no faith in him.
If Zod is as evil as you believe him to be, it's easy to understand why he chose Lex to inhabit as his vessel.
Wow. Lex really didn't stand a chance with this guy, did he?
She's a big part of his life right now. Which one are you willing to sacrifice?
This is true. We saw the little flashback about him, about Lana, or him saying to Lana that he didn't love her, or whatever it was, or it wasn't going to work. Maybe there's more to that than I'm thinking. Maybe he did that for a reason. Maybe he thought he was doing it to save her or something. You know what I mean? I didn't see much context to that line.
Look, another friendly gesture. Lionel can be a very generous man.
Guys, get hammered.
I'm not interested in a relationship with Lionel.
Fair play. What are you after? Because I'm just saying, mate, you're allowed to have a bit of fun. That's fine too.
I don't want anything to happen to him.
Like what? Having your best friend turn against you?
Wow, so Clark and Lex are best friends. Such an interesting way to go with that relationship.
What's happened to him, it doesn't scare you.
I feel like maybe I am missing something, but like if it is just the fact that Lex has got the same powers as Clark and everyone's judging him differently, that is a little bit mean. And you know, maybe it is the whole thing of his dad was saying he wasn't raised the same way as you, but it's like, yeah, okay, fine, but you can be there and guide him. You know, other people can be there and guide him. Clark can be there and guide him. If Clark and Lex are best friends, Clark is the one person that can guide him and help him through that. you know, and guide him onto a path of goodness, right? I do kind of get the impression that a lot of people are judging him a little bit unfairly, honestly, just because of the powers. And it's like, why? It doesn't have to be a bad thing.
You have all these different sides to you, and I can't tell if any of them is the real you.
Oh, okay.
You've never trusted me, have you?
I'll say this much.
I don't know how I could have ever loved you.
No, I'll say this much. They do feel older. So fair play to them for that. You know, whether it's writing or, oh God.
Her loyalty could have been yours.
How did you get there? Oh, yes. Yeah, that line there, if you'd been honest with her, she could have been yours. It does make me kind of think he did it for some kind of, I don't know, righteous reason, perhaps. Maybe he did love her.
Leave Lana out of this.
It's your own fault, Kal-El.
Yeah, keep Lana out of this. He clearly cares about her.
You were supposed to be the vessel, but your father's spirit was too strong in you.
Was he?
If you'd have released Zod the first time...
First time.
Humans. They'll never survive without the technology.
Okay, he's not doing his British accent, fair. Sorry. Okay, so this isn't the first time Zod's been a threat, necessarily. But I guess maybe he's been this overbearing threat for a long time, which I think is quite nice, because I think it builds him up as a threat, as a villain, really, really well. And they've killed Fine 2 times, from what I remember, or it's said. So it's like, how do you get rid of Fine? Fine is just going to keep messing with stuff like this and hurt humanity. It's interesting. It's an interesting little kind of dilemma there for Clark. It's really nice, actually, because this is testing his morality, right? He's been tested by being like, well, will you murder someone to save everybody? I don't think he will. I think that goes against what Superman is supposed to be. I'm thinking back to Henry Cavill's Man of Steel and that whole thing, and him doing what he did with Zod, and that was so controversial, I remember at the time. That wasn't what Superman was supposed to be, I think, to a lot of people, and I think a lot of people took it not very well. So I appreciate this kind of moral dilemma that he's in. And yeah, like I say, Fine is clearly a powerful being. He has influence. He can influence humanity, and he can't be killed. Even if you wanted to go that way, I think it's been shown to us that, you know, he can't be defeated that way. So it's like, how do you do it? He is just going to keep pressing those buttons until you give in, until, like he says, Clark's weakness is humanity. It's interesting when he said that line, because I was like, what's he going to say? Because, like, when you think of weakness to Superman, you think kryptonite, but, like, he's right. He's absolutely right. It's also humanity and how he cares for them and protects them. And so with all that in the playing field, it's like, what's the answer to it? Because he's not going to kill Fine. He can't kill Fine even if he wanted to. He can't or doesn't want to, for his own moral code, doesn't want to kill Lex. He also doesn't want to give in and give Zod freedom. It's like, what's the answer? So it's nice because it introduces this thing to the audience of like, what is the answer? And it introduces that idea of unpredictability to the audience as well, because I'm like, I don't really know what he can do. It's not necessarily that he's got decisions laid out before him. It's like, okay, it's this one, or this one. I mean, it is in a way, but it's like none of those are things that I think he can choose. And that's a really interesting place to put the audience into, because it's like, it builds the anticipation so much and builds the intrigue so much that you just get hooked on the episode. Good finale so far. Nice. Oh, cool. The effects have got kind of better too, to be honest. I was going to say that earlier in the episode, but that was quite nice.
I mean, what if the only way to stop Zod and stop Fine and stop all of this is to just destroy that vessel?
And everyone's kind of almost begging him to do that. He has to almost fight against humanity to keep his own moral balance, right? It's a hard position to be in.
I don't know if I'm ever going to see you again.
Oh, okay. Well, that's one way of saying goodbye.
Hello, Clark. I heard you want to see me.
Cool. Let's get those 2 boys in a room.
You'd tell me if I had drool all over my face, wouldn't you?
No, don't do it. Be funny. Would.
We should have landed an hour ago.
Yike.
There are a million reasons why we could have been delayed.
You say that, but you're in a show with Superman, mate, so skepticism from me on that one. Okay, nice. I mean, I guess this was like after Buffy finished, maybe? I think this was around 2007, 2008. It's nice to see that he got more work after that, James Masters.
You can't blame me for this, Lex.
Okay.
You did this to yourself.
Ooh, did he? He got taken.
Ever since that day on the bridge, you've always seen yourself as my savior.
Well, that's a bit unfair. Everyone kind of did. You did.
See, that's why you cling to the idea that there's still some good in me.
Okay, so he has done bad things.
Or maybe I just can't believe that someone would have so little willpower.
It's a little hard to compete with the iron willpower it takes to kill one of your best friends.
Good comeback. Yeah, this is interesting. I've said this all the way through this video. This relationship is so good. The thing that they seem to have done with Clark and Lex and actually bonding them this way, so they do have this history, and like what he's just said makes me think that, you know, throughout the 5 seasons there has been Lex doing bad things and Clark bringing him back, or being like, no, there's good in you, stopping him, whatever it might be. And that's interesting. That's so interesting. And I can see just from this conversation that that's been what's been going on. That's so cool. So it's nice. They didn't squander what they started in episode 1. They did do something with that and played with that relationship. And they clearly had that in mind with that first episode. I could see that. I could see that there was so much potential for that. And whoa, what a great decision. What a cool little thing that they did there with these two guys.
You're so virtuous, and yet you lie.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
I don't know, man. Depends on the lie.
What kind of sick person would do that?
Dude, lying's not inherently bad. It just depends on the context of the lie.
I wanted everything you had. The family, the inconspicuous life, the loyal girlfriend.
Okay.
At least I walked away with the part you loved the most.
Wow. Ooh.
You're not yourself.
Nice. Fair to you.
Yeah,
Generous.
I finally am.
Yeah, without Clark's influence, maybe this is what Lex was supposed to be. Ooh, nice as well that they've given Lex the power, so they are on an even footing. Oh.
Let's see if you're really your father's son.
Jor-El is not, ooh, nice smiles and cuddles, eh? Hello. Ooh, interesting. I did say that I felt like Lex with the red herring was fine.
What have I done?
The real vessel, or what?
You've opened the portal for Zod!
What? How does that work? What kind of crazy science is this, mate? Okay. What?
You have your father's eyes.
Yeah.
Lex is dead.
Interesting.
Why are you here?
Revenge.
What an interesting role for this actor, the Lex actor. Not only does he get to be Lex Luthor, he gets to be Zod.
These people did nothing to harm you.
No, but you feel no pain greater than to see others in agony.
Wow, what a vindictive motivation.
I'll never join you.
Nice, perfect, good. King, punch him in the face, slap him in the neck. Oh, okay. Is Clark going into the Phantom Zone? No. Okay. Yeah, maybe. This makes me kind of interested to see Zod and the next episode of, like, season 6. God damn. Hey, great testament to the episode that I feel that way. I'm not going to do it, but great testament.
I'm not feeling well. I can't breathe.
Get a little bit of vodka down you, you'll be fine.
Get in.
Wow. Fair play to him for opening the door in a riot. Jeez. Yeah, buddy. Oh, hello. With the kick. Amazing. I like it. More of that, please. Oh, very dramatic. Oh, what an image. Okay. Of course. Why would his first instinct not to be to kiss the strange pretty girl? Why not? Zod is a creep. I don't like him. Oh, hello. Yike. Oh, you'll be fine, mate. Don't worry about it. They can't go far. They've got 5 more seasons. Don't worry about it. They can't go far without their Superman. You're going to be A-okay. To be continued indeed. All right. Hey. Good episode. Good finale. You've got to give it to them. I think the highlight from this one has got to be, you know, again, to be honest, I say the highlight from this one, but the highlight from the last one, again, was the continuation, I guess, of the Clark-Lex relationship. I've mentioned a little bit of why I think that is so good and such a clever little addition to, I think, what we as the audience know of these two characters. And I think I was shown a lot and told a lot from what they've been through and what they've been doing and what their relationship has kind of seen a little bit. And like I say, I think the moral dilemma that Clark was put into was so compelling. And I think all of that just combines into an episode that just does. It makes you so excited for the first episode of next season, which is perfect, right? Maybe you get a little bit frustrated because it is a bit of a cliffhanger. That's fair. I think maybe I'm not feeling that because I'm not so invested, so that doesn't bother me as much. I perhaps get the impression that might have been an issue maybe at the time. At the same time, I do think it's also told a story and compelled you in a way that makes you want to go to the next, which I think is so important for a finale going into a first episode of a new season as well. Without further ado, let's get to the finale. I'm very interested. I want to see where we get to. I want to see if we see a similar pattern in how we see the characters and if we see the same characters as well. Before we get into that, hey, if you're still watching up until this point, I mean, first of all, hello, thank you very much. I mean, you deserve this. You deserve this, first of all. You deserve one of these as well. I apologise. That was not, honestly, the best reward you could have gotten. I don't really know what reward I can give you. This is purely a technological pursuit that we've got going on. Hey, I see how you look at me. Just behave yourself. Hey, stop it. Hey. No, I'm not a piece of meat. I'm actually not a piece of meat, so just behave yourself, first of all. Second of all, keep doing it. I like it. I do like the attention. That's fair enough. If during the course of this video you have laughed at anything, then you have to subscribe. That is the rule. I don't know why. I don't know when. That has always been the rule. I don't quite know where it came from. Doesn't matter. I'll be honest with you, but I have seen it written down. I will be honest with you. I've been looking for the book because I have seen it somewhere recently. I misplaced it and I put it down and wait. Hang on. Wait. It might be this. But just give me a second. No, not in there. Once I find it, I will show you it, and you can absolutely confirm that I'm not lying to you. That's fair enough, because I think you deserve honesty. So I do apologise that I can't just immediately give you that information. But look, you just got to trust me. You just got to trust me. That is the rule. Thank you very much. No questions are invited at this time. I am also streaming on Twitch, so if you are enjoying this video, hey man, there's some links down below. Without further ado, I've kept you long enough. Let's go. Dear Lord, no. Okay, so sorry. I've just seen that the finale is parts 1 and 2, and it's an hour 24. God damn. Alright, I guess this video is going to be a little bit longer than what I expected. Okay, fine.
Previously on Smallville.
Straight to the beginning. Amazing. We're being reminded.
Who are you?
Lois Lane.
Oh.
I've seen.
Hello.
I am the villain of the story.
How are you? You just get there.
Lex is dead.
That is a lie.
What?
You're all engineered from Lex's DNA.
I opened a door for something else to come to Earth.
Okay.
The dark side that we already have. What if one of us were to get infected?
Who dat?
To be the greatest hero the world has ever known.
Oh, it's the dad. He came back.
You may not see me as a hero, but the rest of the world does, and I decide my fate.
Nice. Take the power back. I like it.
And now the series finale of Smallville.
Okay, thank you for ushering me in. Oh, she's got a kid. Amazing. Oh, it's Oliver Queen. I don't know what it was, but like that's what I thought of when I saw him. I guess, hey, well cast, right? Like I saw the blonde hair, the short blonde hair.
That blue underoos sticking out of your collar means you're on the job too.
Okay. So this is Lois.
You know, you haven't called in 8 hours. Usually you figure things out when I give you some space.
No, he does. He seemed much more mature, actually. I mean, let's not forget, we started at high school and we're now in, I guess, the fully fledged adult world, right? He's been here for a while now, and he fits it. I feel it.
Lois, there's a whole team of heroes out there protecting the world.
Is there? Justice League?
But you cut out any possibility that there are some things that you can't fix.
Interesting, yeah.
But we are in an impossible situation that you can't super speed or superhero your way out of.
Interesting. Nice to see that they went that way, because it's like that's the thing when you get a character that can do all these wonderful, exciting, amazing things. It's like what can you possibly throw at him that will give him a challenge, give him something that he can't just use those things to get out of. I mean, I don't quite know the situation, right? But like I like and I appreciate that they thought outside the box and thought, well, yeah, let's still, even in this final episode, challenge him.
Having dinner, arguing about paint colors, arguing about whether or not to get married. You could be out there saving someone.
Nice to know they've still got those camera angles and they're letting the actors actually act and you're seeing it all. That's nice to know that persisted throughout the whole thing.
I'm just in your way.
And that's the thing, he does something so important that it's like, right, if he's with you, you feel like you're taking him away from that.
You're not in my way, Lois.
Right, he's tragic. That's so tragic.
Picked these up this morning and get her to the church on time.
Oh, okay. Black goo. Can't be good.
So you're living up to your Luther name.
Interesting.
I'm rebuilding this mansion to make it a symbol for something good.
So Lex is gone.
I always wanted to be there for you, a loving mother.
Oh, okay.
Every soul on earth charts its own destiny toward the light or toward the darkness.
Okay, you got Luther energy. That's fair. Like Luther parent energy. Not quite healthy.
I want to give your soul eternal life.
Wow. Okay. It's quite a lot.
Dark sides, apocalypse.
Dark side. We're going dark. Oh, okay. We're going big.
His rapture will be the only salvation.
I will never join you.
Oh God. She changes quite quick, doesn't she? She's quite fickle.
Farewell, my child.
Wow. Just gone. Bye. All right. See you later. She didn't fight very hard, did she?
It's not coming, Lutessa.
It's already here.
Upon us.
Okay, I was close though. Oh, nice that the Kent farm imagery has stayed very, very similar. That's so familiar to me. Even just watching 2 episodes, that is very familiar. Even just the arch and the letterbox, the red letterbox. Nice that they kept those touches. Oh, hello. Nice, she has grown old gracefully. She looks great.
We are in Metropolis. I hope. I sent you a message. We close escrow in a few days.
It's interesting. It's nice. It's funny. I do notice with I'm so sorry. It's come up in the credits so many times now. Well, twice. The guy playing Clark. You can tell the way that he acts. He's so comfortable. Which, like, obviously, if you've been on a show for 10 years minimum, you'd expect that. But you can just tell. You can just tell that he's very comfortable in his skin. He's very comfortable in his role. It just translates. And I think that is something that you can only get when someone has played a role for so long and been on the same set for so long with the same people for so long, and it's just nice to see. So I just thought I'd do a little call out.
Right in the middle of a re-election campaign.
Re-election? For what? Top mama? Because I'd vote for her.
Your father is always with me, and he's with you. If you just allow yourself to see him.
I did. Last year, I thought I was talking to him, but then I realized it was just an excuse for me not to face my future. I had to move on.
Yeah, and become your own man.
I'm so proud of the
The
man
thing that
you've
I
become.
Right, the thing that I talked about in the first episode of season 1, and him breaking away and becoming himself and coming into that and being comfortable with that.
If you turn your back on all the experiences that made you strong and compassionate because they hurt, one
good
day
point.
everything you learned in Smallville will have been for nothing.
Yeah, you gotta hold on to that.
You don't have to let go of the past to move on.
True.
Yes, you do, Mom. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't.
But you have to find a way to put all of this behind you just like I did.
You don't have to. You don't. This is the thing. I don't think you do. I don't think you do have to hold on to something. I think you can exist with something and move forward. I think so many people do see it as like holding on to something and not being able to move forward. And I get that. I do get that. I think there's very much a difference, right? But I think sometimes, you know, those things, you can retain them and remember them, and they make you who you are, right, at the same time. That's not necessarily existing with that thing still in you. It's just that thing happened to you and you remember and you move forward with that information, with that experience, and you become someone, I don't know, better, or someone who that is less likely to impact. A person that would be better suited to deal with a similar situation or whatever it might be. It's interesting. Nice dialogue in this back and forth, because like you see, I'm engaging with it, and I see both sides. Oh, hello. Oh, what? And how would it be different if he was still here? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Well done, mate. What is that about? Has she been seeing him for a while? Or is that just supposed to be kind of almost just literary freedom and kind of displaying him there?
He can't listen all the time, Lois. He's not God.
Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah.
And sometimes he needs to not listen.
I love that.
He needs to rest.
Yeah.
To laugh.
Yeah. Oh, good on you.
And when he finally does decide to take to the skies, he's gonna need you to ground him.
Nice.
I'm grounding him, keeping him from soaring to new heights.
Oh, hey.
Lois.
Right?
That's so not what he thinks.
Yeah, and that's not the reality of the situation. Great writing, great dialogue here, hey. No, legit, I get all of that. That's so nice. And especially since we've seen all of this new Superman media where there's this Christ imagery in a lot of the new Superman stuff, the films with Cavill, right? And all of this God conversation, and he's a god and all this stuff. It's interesting in a way. But I do feel like the films that we've had recently, and I say recently, like the last 15 years, I guess, they don't dive into that very deeply. They touch the surface and they kind of dig a little bit, but not very deeply, at least for me. I don't know about you, you might differ, and that's fair too, you know, it's all opinion at the end of the day. But it's really nice that she came in and she was like, yeah, he's not a god, he actually isn't, which is true. Like, it's easy to see him that way, but he wasn't raised that way. He was raised amongst humanity, and he was raised as a human, and I do think that gives him a little bit of a credit when it comes to being a human. And I absolutely think that, you know what, this little conversation, and Lois isn't wrong for thinking how she thinks too, right? She's thinking like a good person. She's thinking like a moral person that cares about him, that cares about the people that he could save, and getting in the way of that. But it's lovely to see this alternate perspective in this girl coming in and being like, yeah, no, he needs you to ground him and center himself so he can do that. Oh, okay, he's been corrupted then.
This will disarm the bringer of light, the one
Ring to rule them all. There's like a little similar. Oh, okay. Is Jonathan's actor, does he come back quite a lot?
You don't need to hold on to somebody, Clark, if they're already in your heart.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
I need to stand alone.
It's fair, but you don't have to.
Better that way.
Is it?
Easier that way.
Yeah.
Missed you so much. Then let me be there for you, Clark.
This is lovely, actually.
Why is it that the biggest events are always the most painful?
Why would you see a man, I mean, I know he's a bit possessed, right? That's fair. But why would you see a man kneeling with his hand on the gravestone and you would come over and be like, hey, so? Dude, respect the process.
I thought Lois was my future. I thought she was my new life and my destiny, but what if she's part of the memories I need to leave behind?
Ooh, cold.
My whole life, I've been trying to fit in 2 different worlds, and the truth is, I don't belong to either one of them.
That's hard.
I need to make my own path.
Yeah.
Maybe that means letting go of both worlds.
Oof.
Maybe it means letting go of Lois.
I mean, I get why I get how he's getting there. I want him to get to the place where it's like, you don't have to do that though. You can still be the person you want to be and yet retain those things that you love.
Someone might wonder why a person of your godlike caliber would be with a woman who is so imperfect.
Oh, hey, don't do that to yourself, mate.
You
Stop.
come with some baggage of your own.
Yeah, hey, we're all imperfect.
Just like being with me will make you a greater man.
Yeah, I mean, from what I'm getting, you complement each other.
I wanted these vows to be perfect.
It's so nice. Sorry, just that little glimpse of her little sheet of paper. And I do feel like the symbolism of the sheet of paper, because you saw it of Clark's that he wrote to her, was so perfect. And I think that's on purpose too, right? There were no crossings out, no mistakes, no nothing. It was just perfectly written out, perfect handwriting, you know, almost a perfect font. And then you look at hers and it's circled and crossed out. It's like, do I need this? Crossed out, circled, red, 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 red. All of these little notations. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's like this representation of Clark, Superman, this perfect, this God who is perfect and seems that way. He's not, and he's not, and he knows he's not. And that's not a bad thing, by the way. That's not a detriment. That's not me being derogatory towards him. It's a boon. Right, because he's human. He is. I mean, he's not, but he is, right? And I think that's the thing. I think that's what they're trying to symbolise there. And it's trying to show, I guess, this struggle. It's a representation of where Lois is, the character Lois is at the time. She's worried, she's unsure, she doesn't know what the right decision is. And so, sorry, it's just a very small detail, but I love that. I love the little notes and how they're different and represent the 2 different sides of this little conversation here.
I'll see you at the chapel.
There we go. Hello. Okay, why do I feel a sense of impending doom? Okay, no, maybe we're just getting a nice moment. It's nice that Dad is still getting a paycheck, honestly. I know that's a really small thing, but I do appreciate, because, you know, they must have brought him in and been like, look, you know how this role goes. We can't keep you for long, but they did, and that's nice. She knows it's different, yeah. Come on, mate. Speak up. Come on.
No!
Nice. Good.
What are you doing?
Okay, we're kicking off. We're kicking off. Lois, mate. You got a death wish. Okay.
Don't let it take you over.
Yeah, I love that Clark's first instinct is to save Oliver. His first instinct is to protect him. It's beautiful, like the choreography and the way that it's arranged, is that you can see that Clark is trying not to hurt him. He's catching his punches, he's twisting him around, he's letting himself get hurt so he doesn't hurt Oliver. That's a really nice touch. And that feels like Superman.
I know you'll make the right choice.
Yeah, appealing to Oliver's inner good. Nice. Yeah, so what I'm curious about actually is Clark, is Superman, is he a hero known to the world, or is that what he's gearing up towards? More and more I'm getting the impression that he is gearing up towards becoming Superman to the larger world. Oh, they seem to have had a nice little relationship over the course of the series. They like their nice sky shots, don't they?
I knew you'd see me again.
Maybe this is Darkseid. I'm paranoid.
I thought I had to leave you behind.
Yeah, good. You didn't have to.
I faced Darkseid before.
Did you?
I'm sorry, son, but our guidance just isn't enough anymore.
You're on your own.
I have to let Jor-El guide you from here on out.
And that's beautiful, because he finally believes that Clark is in a place where individually, on his own, he can handle that.
Now the world needs that same miracle.
It's almost like they're symbolically giving him to the world as well. And not against his will, not in a weird way, but it's like, you're ready. You're ready to be that person, that hero.
It's good to have you back.
Oh, hello. Are you still around, or is this a vision? Oh, wow. Okay.
Watching you very closely.
So interesting he's still around. I thought he was gone.
Time to become the Luther you were destined to be.
And what was that?
Lex, your brother, cloned himself.
Wow. Okay.
There were many clones.
What?
Some of the pieces were.
Okay. What? That's insane.
Lex took the best pieces and grafted them into a masterwork.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
Of course you don't. Lex is a visionary. You're not.
Wow.
He'll reveal himself when he's ready.
Oh, he coming. Okay, cool.
There is one thing Lex wasn't able to duplicate.
Brain.
Lex is missing a heart.
Oh.
And who better to save him than the sister who loves him?
Dude, you are cold. I can't believe this guy is still knocking about. I mean, he seems completely different. What's he been doing?
When the day is done, I will see the Luther name resurrected, more powerful than ever.
I don't love the idea, and these are tropes that I think are a sign of the times as well. But I don't love the idea that the female heir is only good for giving organs to the male heir. Do you know what I mean? Lex was the genius and all this stuff, and he was cloning, and you know, he preserved all these parts, and the only thing he's missing is what you can give him to make him who he was. Forget you, you're not important, he's the important one. You know, there's always the thing, I think, of people will come up against what I'm saying and be like, oh, Tyler, stop it, just enjoy the thing. It's like, but if you actually do tune yourself in and pay attention to this stuff, you start to realize how often it comes across in every single piece of media, in some form or other. Hello, here he is.
Tess.
Yeah, the representation of a woman bound down, powerless, her body being used for the ideas and the uses of men. Hello. Oh, that's dexterity. Oh, that is so much dexterity. Amazing. Yes, kill them all.
Looks like my purpose in your life has changed.
Yes, amazing. Hey, and this show got like massive brownie points from me just for that, I'll be honest with you. Oh, but he's not ready.
You refused me once.
Oh, okay, so dark side.
There's only one life I care about.
Okay, to be fair though, I do really kind of want to see Lex revived. Oh, the heart. There it is. Okay. Okay. I mean, look, I was kind of missing Lex, obviously from, you know, him being such a strong influence in the middle and the first episode. I was missing Lex from this episode too. So I'm glad that he's back in some form. This is very interesting. Oh, he can just see? How have you not been on this? How did you not see Oliver? I mean, I guess he was distracted because of the wedding, but like, dude.
Lois, that's the Luther mansion.
Well, that place burned to the ground.
Kind of interested why it burned to the ground, but hey, we'll move on.
Because the blur will save us before it ever comes to that.
The Blur?
The Blur.
Advisors or anyone is ever gonna take you
Yeah.
seriously?
Yeah. Smacker. Good. Thank you. Praise the Lord. Perfect. I'm so sorry. So the Blur must be what Clark Superman is known as in this universe. That's fair. Okay, cool. So that's confirmed. We're building up towards the Superman, the Man of Steel. And I guess before this has been his whole origin story. That's kind of beautiful. That's really, really nice. Actually, and I guess we're going to maybe end on the moment that he becomes Superman to the world. That's a nice little ending to this story. That's really cool. Let's see.
Hello, Clark.
Lex.
Still say it the same way. Astonishment mixed with a hint of dread, yet with a hopeful finish.
And I got a second chance at life.
Oh, and the glove as well.
Leather. You were born to be the chosen one.
There we go again.
You're simply better than us.
The god.
It's killed you.
No.
Couldn't take that.
No, what killed me is that you didn't even want it. You fought it. You hid from it.
Yeah, that's what makes him good. That's what makes him worthy of it.
I would have taken it and relished it, embraced it.
Yeah, I know. And that would have made you horrible with that power.
I'll always be there to stop you.
Seems like this series has just been about the...
I'm counting on it.
Yeah, this friendship and conflict between Lex and Clark. If they did that well, and I mean, there seems to be a deep level to this relationship, that's kind of brilliant. And they added that layer in the first episode of season 1 where they started that foundation of them being friends. And I like how there is, you know, Zod, Darkseid, all of these grand enemies that kind of come from afar, you know, out of space and all this stuff. But I do feel like, at least from what I've seen, the show is very grounded, which I think honestly is a strength. If you haven't got the budget of, you know, Zack Snyder and DC as a whole or whatever it is, then you've got to kind of rely on something more than that. And I think that's what they, at least from my impression, is what they've done. It seems like a really clever series in the way that they put it together.
I'm not so sure that Clark Kent can save the entire world on his own.
But we both know who can.
Superman. He needs to make that step towards that.
I'm sorry I couldn't save you, Lex.
Ooh, and that hurt him. Leaving him. Oh, and then he expected it, right? A little smirk. Also, Where's Batman? Because I'm not being funny, but we'll quite like to see him. I know that I'm not seeing Batman. I just want to be clear. Oh, hello. Green. Nice. I like it. How much have we seen of Oliver as Green Arrow? That's what I want to know. Or is it quite a rare occasion?
Yeah, I got this friend. Cool leather jacket, blurs faster than a speeding bullet.
Oh, he's doing a voice. Okay. Oh, they have some fancy chairs, mate. Okay. You know you're somewhere fancy when the chairs move like that. Like, that's insane, man. Like check the fridges, do you know what I mean? Because there's going to be some high quality vodka in that. That's what I'm saying.
Do you see that giant molten orb out there?
Honestly, Lois, get in the chair. It made you feel way better.
You can see it with your own eyes.
The worst guard.
I don't know how you got on this plane, young lady, but you're stepping so far out of your position.
Who are you?
Please, Mr. Secretary.
Oh, secretary. Okay, fine.
That will result in you spewing nuclear fallout over half the hemisphere.
I feel like they know, dude.
But you already know that, don't you?
Yeah.
We can't spread panic.
Oh, come on. I'll tell you what. Instead of spreading panic, maybe don't spread nuclear waste. Is that such a novel idea?
We don't have a choice.
Wow.
Now, if you'll excuse us.
No, I won't excuse you after that, bitch.
And they gave our heroes a chance to prove themselves.
Who are the heroes? Because all I know is Oliver and Soups. Where's Batman? Where is he? Robert!
It's not a time for your little hero crusade, miss.
Lane. He will be here. He will save us. I promise.
Yeah, buddy.
Your heroes have 5 minutes.
Cool. That's all he needs. Let's go. Oh, purple. Hello, Black Panther. Where is he? That's Marvel. Fair enough. Sorry.
The lost son of Giraffe.
Okay. Sure. Come on, Clark. You got this, man. You're powerful enough. Oh, this is a long side cut, mate. I like it. Perfect. Let's go. Let's go. Man, it is indulging, innit? In the flashbacks. Fair play. Hey, 10 seasons, you earned that. Oh, hello. Hello. Done him, mate. Done him. Absolutely finished. What's the move, buddy? What's the move? Lex. Okay, fair. No, that's fair.
Dear old dad did most of the abusing.
I mean, I can believe that, but I can also believe that you kind of manipulated things a little bit, dude.
I love you, sis.
Come on. Seriously, you don't need a heart. What do you mean? Why?
You know I'm actually saving you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's how that works. You stab someone and you're like, I'm saving you, dude.
From what?
From turning into me.
Oh, f off, son. You are giving her so little credit. Oh! She can't possibly tear herself away from the Luthor name, even though that's all I've seen this whole episode. Cool. By the way, I'm not on the artists, the writers who are writing this, because I think that's kind of the point. All of my derogatory tone is aimed at Lex and his assumption. I guess that's more a reflection of his character and the tragedy of his character, that he was so hated, or at least not given the love and the care that someone needed to live and grow, and he was never given that. And I guess he can never therefore see how anyone else under the family name could be given that too, even though I think she perhaps has, and also has the strength, the inner strength to break away from that, because that's what I've seen this episode too, and that's sad in itself.
It's the neurotoxin.
Oh.
Well, I remember.
Ooh. Oh.
The world before this moment won't exist to you.
Okay. Nice. Power. Are we seeing? Are we seeing? Ah, so we do dig into his background and his childhood as the series went on. Nice. Oh, it's Mighty Morphin time. The suit? Okay, come on, give us the shot, give us the shot. You know what I'm talking about. You know what, it's a huge journey. I mean, what is it, 10 seasons of him essentially becoming Superman? That's huge. And from what I've seen, they seem to have at least delved into the character side of things to an extent that I think they have developed him to the point that he is Superman. He does seem different, he does seem more mature, he does seem... Hello. Hello. Oh, he's putting it on too. Nice. Hey, multi-talented. That's all I'll say. Okay. There he is. Can he do it on his own? This is the thing. There he is. There we go. Nice. And they both know it's the time. He's claimed it. He's claimed his place as hero. Oh, cool image though.
This is Lois Lane of the Daily Planet, Mr. President.
Man, what a good job opportunity. Holy goddamn. Nice, and he just does it. I quite like that. I like that the physical confrontation of it all, him actually lifting the planet out, is dependent on him becoming the hero he needs to be. If he can just do that, he's absolutely fine. He can absolutely save the planet Earth. And I like that the actual conflict of the episode is him coming to terms with that, right? And him coming to terms with taking on this mantle, this responsibility of Superman. I think that's the real conflict, the real challenge of what I've seen in this finale. And actually when he did that, when he finally did that, saving the Earth was easy. And I really like that the focus on the challenge of it is the internal.
The Man of Steel deserves better than a circus incident on a fender bender. I want pecs. I want cape. I want pearly whites.
Nice. Yeah. See that boy done good.
I know you're up to the task.
Is that Iceman from X-Men, by the way?
President-elect Luthor will be giving a speech this evening.
What? What? I'm so sorry. What?
Yes, Miss Lane.
That's so hot.
Hello.
There's a bomb in an elevator uptown.
Oh, here he goes, and there he goes.
The minister, I may be a few minutes late.
Yeah, he is. And there we go. We got him. We got him. Nice. The music. All right. Lovely. I love it. I love that he's getting this moment. Nice. Perfect finish. Perfect finish. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? That's such a good finish. I think what I'll say about this watch, you know, watching the first, middle and last episode, the thing that I'm kind of coming away with so strongly is this idea of the internal, right? I think the show from my perspective has focused so much more on the moral dilemma of Superman and Clark Kent coming into his own and becoming Superman. And I think that's a very long journey. From watching the first episode, I was talking about him coming to terms with being different in a society that promotes being the same. And I think from there you go towards kind of being like, okay, right, well, where do I go from here? What is my role in this world? And I think from, you know, the middle episode to the final episode, you get to this place, I think, beautifully, where he becomes Superman in this Man of Steel. And I think there's this beauty in Lex being in the finale as well. I do get the impression that that was a little bit more of a cameo as opposed to kind of a full circle arc of him being through the whole 10 series, which is fine. I think that's fair. But I think, you know, that payoff at the end must have been gigantic. Tom Welling coming out, the music playing, you know, as he rips open the shirt, and you see that he is finally Superman. And I think they've earned that, and I think they earned that even though I've only watched 3 episodes. So well played to them. Thank you so much to those who have watched. If you've enjoyed this, please do subscribe. I have some links down below if you'd like to engage a little bit more as well. Thank you as always to my lovely patrons. God, thank you so much. I appreciate the support that you give me, dear Lord. All there is left to say is thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.